Hello and welcome in this gameplay video. Today we'll play Gran Turismo Sport. It's a beta of Gran Turismo Sport. For anybody who don't know about this game or about this upcoming game, this is just a bit of the game. Right now is available only 3 tracks. There is in a selection more tracks like Nürburgring or I think 2 other versions of Gran Hatch, and maybe this Blue Moon Bay Speedway in other version. But each week Polyphony offer only 3 choices, and as you can see, those choices are divided also by grading of the car. For example, in this first choice you can racing on this Dragon Tail Seaside, but only in cars like this. Those cars are eligible. They are not super sport cars. They are fairly great, if you like, but definitely they are not such powerful machines like those. But it's okay. And because it's a beta, I assume it's meant to be more like a hardware test and software test, obviously, than actual playing. So yes, you can driving qualifying and qualifying ranks. Only qualifying time trial, or in specified times you can join to multiplayer session. Right now is this GR4 Brand Hatch Grand Prix, but I already missed the qualifying time, so I would be able to join to multiplayer, and besides I'm horrible. Another incentive to play beta, besides of the time in which it's open each day. For example, this N300 is open from 1 o'clock PM for, let's say, 20 minutes. Yeah, only duration 20 minutes, and that's basically just for 1 or 2 races, and that's it. So the another incentive is if you manage to drive during the day distance of 1 marathon, 46 or 48 kilometers, you get extra car, a new car. From my garage, it's obvious I didn't play the game much. In the beginning of the game you get 3 cars. For each fulfilled day you can win randomly the new car. Just by finishing this marathon, 48 kilometers, regardless which track, which race you do. Multiplayer online races are counted as well. So what do we have now? This is already download. Download is very quick. I'm very surprised. New things in this incarnation of Gran Turismo is you can actually because it's just beta, you got what you have. You basically can't change much things. Tuning doesn't exist, but from this layout you can already see there's going to be dirt and drift besides of the normal road racing. Me personally, I don't like drift because I'm so bad in it. And dirt, well, just slightly better, but my king discipline is road. Okay, so There's all sorts of details about the car, about the setting. It's gonna be something amazing for people who actually understand what they're doing. Everything all else is closed. You can change setting here on traction control. Tires are locked, unfortunately. Yet, still possible to change some brakes, suspension, fairly detailed. Aerodynamics, obviously not on this car. It doesn't have active aerodynamic parts. Differential, fully customizable. A little bit on normal. Transmission, fully customizable transmission. Each shift gear you can change. Me personally, I was usually satisfied with this one. It does the job fairly well. Whoever wants the meddling more with changing gear, it's up to you. So, the setting of the car, I mean the maximum power, horsepower, torque and weight was changed for this particular race or class of the race. Normally the car is stronger or have more kilos, unless if you go in the tuning, which is not available in the beta. But what I like right now here is this part. Maximum speed, acceleration, braking, cornering, stability. This is big new thing in the Gran Turismo, and I hope, certainly hope, it will survive in the new, in the full version, because this is very graphic way how to present the power or the abilities of the car and compare them with other cars. Thing is, sometimes it's not obvious just by power or weight how well the car do on the road. You can have a very powerful car but very heavy, and that means the car is gonna be absolutely rubbish in corners. Though this one is very graphic, you can easily recognize and compare with other cars in which category is better or worse than the other car. So that's really nice from Team Polyphony. Driving options, this is basically classic, nothing special. This already was saw in the previous games. Yep, I think we can start. I really like the sound. I think they definitely make a big improvement in the sound quality of the engine. Still nothing amazing. I mean, there's certainly some games in the racing genre which they have better sound quality or at least more impressive. But everything else is top-notch, and I am a horrible driver. I very apologize. I'm not a very good talker when I play, dividing my attention. So back to sound. The sound, as I said, was in the previous games, not so good, and a lot of people complain about it. I think here in the beta of Gran Turismo Sport, the sound quality is much better, more realistic. The other games which they have better sound quality or more impressive, they may not be on par with reality. I think this one is fairly accurate representative of how Audi TT sounds from inside. Maybe you are wondering why I don't have much HUD. That's because I'm basically just cruising and I turn off all sorts of helping stuff. I think I saw it there somewhere. Force feedback, camera sensitivity. What the hell? Control setting, driving marker. Ah, here. You can turn on everything, and then magic happened. Yep. As you can see, there is a brand new HUD for Gran Turismo. G-meter is still there. New thing is when the game see you going in a corner or in a bank, they actually prompt you to use the brake. In the previous Gran Turismos, you just driving by your feeling, or if you are clever enough, you recognize this by prompting shift the gear up or down. I certainly hope there's going to be some level of customization of HUD, because some bits I'm not satisfied with some bits, and also I'm not very satisfied with layouts. And for example, in the Project Cars, they had some how to say, basically there was virtual boxes on the screen, in which you can put information which you want to see, like position or time, or when you need to change the gear. No gear, I mean pneu. But one thing is very nice here. Just change the shifted position. Okay, so now you see in the center of the screen, in the bottom, is a layout of the track. You can see the whole track in the right upper corner, but in the middle of down in the middle of the screen, there is you can see the corners, how the track goes. If you don't like it, just press the button, and this is basically your Doppler radar. You can see if you are in a race, if there is somebody behind you or try to pass you. Radar, left, right, technical information, very important stuff. I really don't know what does that mean. Ooh, what am I doing? Oh my god. Okay, so okay, that was ugly. Yeah, I really like how, thanks to this quite visual guidance, you can change your braking balance or TCS up and down on the flight, so to speak. So you can change the dynamic of your racing by your need. Oh, fuel map. Ah, now it makes sense. Okay. So, let's turn off the or you can driving like in real life. No information whatsoever. That seems to me a little bit drastic. As I said before, I really like how it is more fluid and you can turn or on or off lots of information on the fly. Yeah, let's finish this round and let's try another track with different car. Wow. Some people still complain about Gran Turismo that the pneu squealing in every corner. I must defend Gran Turismo because I'm just cruising in 150 kilometers and I'm turning some direction, and of course in this speed the pneu just burning out. Okay. Something about the future of the Gran Turismo sport. Me personally, right now as I see it, I consider the Gran Turismo sport as just a prologue for the real Gran Turismo. Anybody who says something different, I don't know, I think it's just full of PR talks. The difference between a proper Gran Turismo and just some kind of prologue or I'm a horrible driver. Between Gran Turismo prologue and this, if it's supposed to be proper Gran Turismo, I'm not sure by all known information that it have the proper carrier. Yes, in the legit Gran Turismo you can spend hundreds and hundreds of hours in a carrier, which is good for players like I am, the players which they don't like multiplayer, mainly because the connection of the internet is rubbish, or I just don't like meddling with other players and they are not good and they are embarrassed by their own quality of driving. And I clearly and freely admit I'm not really a good driver. For Christ's sake, I don't even have a driving license. Okay, let's try this. Okay, as you can see, this one is GR4, and that means you need a stronger car. So the Megane GR4 was my first car and I won the Genesis, Hyundai Genesis. Surprisingly nice car, I like it. Until entry the line, oh, it's not just 2 minutes, never mind. Okay. So about the future, I have this feeling that this is going to be prologue because it wouldn't have proper career in which you can spend hundreds of hours. It's going to be heavily aimed on a multiplayer and just some bits of the career just for sake of the thing. And also I am very concerned about how many cars and how many trucks we get in this game. I would be quite happy with 200-250 cars. I don't expect from Polyphony Digital with their style of the work. Oh my god, with their style of the work, which is so aimed on the quality that they deliver 1000 cars like in the previous games. Especially when we know that Gran Turismo 5 and Gran Turismo 6 didn't have 1000 cars in premium quality. I think we can expect fairly that we got transfer from Gran Turismo 6 the cars in the premium quality. Oh, come on. Plus some cars with quality of PlayStation 4, like this one. Because again, it saves some time and it saves some resources. Just make a little bit overhaul of the graphical quality and yeah, that's shipping out. In a sense, Gran Turismo lose the speed, lose the tempo. When Gran Turismo started, that was the biggest thing in the racing genre since, I don't know, Need for Speed 1, the first one. They bring the simulation or semi-simulation. That was so impactful on everybody else that just it kills basically the arcade racing eventually after time. But they lose the drive. Forza, their main competitor, have much higher rate of the releasing the games. I have Forza, I played some of them. It's not game for me because it lacks some realism for me. I don't know, there is some small bits for me which is very important and I can't put a finger on it, but it doesn't play as well as a Gran Turismo, but maybe it's just because I'm so used to it. I played the Gran Turismo since first. It's just so deeply rooted in me, so it's very difficult to play something else. Just see the difference in the graphic, in the career. Nah. Yet, even I must admit, the Gran Turismo is not as it was in the past. It's not such a famous. It doesn't sell well. It lacked even innovation. One of the biggest problems with innovation in the Gran Turismo is they just copy the original formula, and whenever they put something special in the next installment of the Gran Turismo, it's not there. One example, in the Gran Turismo 5, in the version 2.0, they introduce some system of the balancing power and money. Basically, if you enter in a race in which there was a limit, let's say 200 pp, which is power points, so you can't have car stronger than 200 pp. Anybody who played the Gran Turismo knows, but it's basically the performance point. It's some average number which was computed by power weight ratio and aerodynamics and whatever else. So whenever you use the car with less than 200 pp in this particular race, you get more money. There was some coefficient above which it was computed that, let's say you use the car with 150 pp, and that means you get 20% more money. Brilliant! That's a big incentive for players to play with weaker cars, using their skill, get better, get more money. And then in the Gran Turismo 6, this amazing incentive was deleted. I don't know why. Unfortunately, I think we can't expect this incentive again in the Gran Turismo Sport, neither in the Gran Turismo 6. I don't know why. It's a shame. Another thing is usually... Oh, slow down, I have penalty. I'm so horrible driver. It's usually in the Gran Turismo they bring some special races, special kind of races, like, I don't know, overtake a certain number of cars in certain time or during the one race. This is really nice, but the rest of the peloton, I mean Forza, Project Cars, Assetto Corsa, even some arcade racing games, they came with different things, with different races, different style of racing. What Gran Turismo have? Not much. Usually not really good, not really good dirt racing, rally racing, or drift. Let's be honest, rally racing in the Gran Turismo, it's not fun. It's not really good. It's just, yeah, well, it's there. And drift, well, I can't say much about drift because I don't do it. I'm so bad in it. But usually in the racing games, if the game demanding from me to do drift, that's my Achilles heel, and I leaving because I'm so bad. That was basically the reason why I left the drive club, because that was too much drift, and I don't give up. I give up. Sorry, I apologize. I give up. So if in the Gran Turismo there's going to be some mandatory drift races, I just no, I don't make them. So how quick we are? This is much better. Oh my god! And I'm overtaken by me. I'm nicely impressed by how Polyphony deal with the light conditions. The shadows are definitely much better than it was in the past. Still not perfect. I think we can expect better, but yeah, it's a beta, so don't be too greedy. If you think the interior is too dark, and I think it is, this is another problems with Gran Turismo. Pretty much every time when I'm driving in the cockpit, it's too dark. I understand the glass windows are tint, but that's not my reality. If you are in your car and you're driving during the sunny day, you still can see the instrument on your in your car and the details, just because your eye accommodate and adapt. So I think we can change this. Video output, yep. Let's not. I'm not sure if it works. Continue. Nope. You can see better on the road. Obviously, if I put myself out, if I put the camera out on the bonnet, it's just wow, so shiny. From inside, it's just enough. maybe too much glare. Yeah, let's turn it back, because yeah, it was too much. Video output. Just a little bit lighter. That's how I like it. So, another thing, I'm not sure how it's gonna be with obtaining cars. If Polyphony Digital came with some brilliant brand new idea, quote unquote, and they try to invent wheel again, they may seriously mess up the system. I mean, the Gran Turismo, the whole series is based on a never-ending vicious cycle of the making money, buy the car, improve the car, make the money, buy the car, improve the car. And eventually, if you are rich enough or successful enough and you are able to racing in the much higher leagues, you make enough money to buy cars just for luck. Because let's be honest, in the Gran Turismo 6 there was more than 1000 cars, and in my garage I had over 300 cars, or maybe more. I forgot because I stopped playing Gran Turismo 6 like 1 year ago, because there wasn't any change. I think basically Polyphony abandoned Gran Turismo 6 with PlayStation 4 coming on the market. So if they change this amazing style of making money, buying car, improving, then you lose lots of interest. And I think this can actually happening with more aiming on e-sport. If Gran Turismo gonna be like Assetto Corsa or Project Cars, that means you have access pretty much to any car in your garage, then what's the point to play single? What's the point to play career? You just have anything anyway. So hey, just grab the car and go in online. And yet, even if you go in online and you win, then it's just, yes, it's flattering to your ego, but you don't get anything. So hopefully in Polyphony they don't change this policy of earning money and buying the car, improving your car, take your car on the road and try to beat the crap from your enemies. Perfect. I love it. It's not easy, but it gives you this feeling of achievement that I make so much effort so I can buy this amazing Nissan Skyline R34 Nürburgring edition in the purple, and I tune this car so well that it's unbeatable. Obviously this is just hyperbole, but that's how it should work. There's a notion that Gran Turismo can change in a way. I think I can stop this, it's boring. There's this notion that Gran Turismo can change in this way. Right now I make more than 42 kilometers, this is the marathon, and that means I win the car. Let's have a look. What is this car? Daily workout complete. That's how you are, by the way, that's how you make the car in a Gran Turismo beta. Oh, BMW. Oh, Z4. I like this car. I never drive this car in real life. I never sit inside, but I really like the look. It's a tiny, no, it's smaller car, but it looks so like, the pocket nuclear bomb. I don't know how to explain it. I like it. Let's have a try. Let's have a try. Oh, sorry, Z3. Okay, Z3. Wow, such a beautiful car. And if I'm correct, it has beautiful sound as well. In the previous Gran Turismo games, the BMW doesn't sound well. In other games, if you play Project Cars or Assetto Corsa, it has amazing sound. It rips your ears. So we'll see. We'll see. Oh. Oh. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. No. Especially here inside, it should be like be inside a storm. Controller, view, nope. I can't change the sound quality. Such a shame, such a shame. Oh. Whoa! I'm dead. Well, obviously in real life I'm gonna be splattered around in the wreckage, but yep, it's good to bless, it's a video game. So back to gaining the cars. I think it was in Gran Turismo 3, when you win the race or championate, you got access to some kind of lottery, and depending on the race or championate, the game gives you choice from 3 or 4 cars, which was randomly selected. It was some kind of lottery, and it was bad lottery to be honest. And in this lottery, it wasn't sure what you get, but it was a little bit excited. But it was just experiment, and I think it didn't work. I think every other incarnation of Gran Turismo did this more properly, when for each race or each championate you get the fixed car. So you can always depend on which car you get. Obviously sometimes it leads to exploiting the game. When you find some easy race or easy championate, you gain some money from winning, and you gain some car which you instantly sold because you already had 5 or 6 pieces in a garage. This way you can make more money and then buy another cars. But yeah, that's life. You can control everything. So how this car driving? Driving fairly well, but I think the Mercedes is driving better. Let's try Mercedes. Exit. 55 kilometers, blah blah blah. We must go exit. Unfortunately, we can't change the car on the fly. Which is a shame. So, if the new Gran Turismo came with some new brand new idea how to gain cars, otherwise then you got all cars in the first place, which I still think it's stupid, and it kills Project Cars for me. And Assetto Corsa as well, then I really don't know what it's gonna be. I really don't know. Especially because it's a beta, especially because it's a basically prologue for full-fledged Gran Turismo. Some people say thanks to updates this Gran Turismo Sport can turn during the time in the full-fledged Gran Turismo 7, but I hope not. Because if my prediction actually not prediction, I apologize, if my hinge came through, it's gonna be bad. There's gonna be some crazy system how to gauge the cars. It's gonna be slow or too quick, unbalanced and unwanted. So we'll see. Let's get surprised. Yes, Mercedes have much better sound, I think. It drives a little bit better. We'll see about time. And I think it drives like it's glued on the tarmac. Really nice. Somebody ripped from the car pretty much everything. I really don't like the look of this Mercedes. It's not pretty car, not by my standards or tastes. But hey, it's something like you know, these small bulldogs, these tiny bulldogs, dogs. They are so ugly that they are beautiful. If I can choose the most ugly beautiful car in the history of the Mercedes, I think it's gonna be... I don't remember exactly, I think it was 240 LS? Probably something like this. It's one of these older cars. It was beautifully ugly. Very powerful and strangely intimidating. Yeah, what happened if I go in a pit? How to drive? Wow! This is ugly. This is clearly unfinished business. The back mirror is not round. Well, at least we have time to look on the interior. Yep, nicely done. So, this is my thoughts about Gran Turismo Sport Beta. I'm not really impressed. I can say this is just technological demonstrator. I really don't have idea why the Polyphony make this rotation in the multiplier part, because yeah, well, you get your servers. I assume they testing the servers and stability of internet connection. It's going to be in a work just for a bit of time and not with many players. So that doesn't help. And I can see what happened when full Gran Turismo Sport would be released. That the internet service, the multiplayer just plainly crashed. It's gonna be like SimCity or World of Warcraft. No, SimCity and Diablo 3 all over again. And people from Polyphony, they're gonna be apologize sincerely. Oh, we didn't expect something like this, blah blah blah. Of course not. Anyway, I think in sense it's just taste. It's just a spoonful of cake which they cook in their oven, and I'm not sure why Polyphony bother with releasing this half-baked cake, because come on, they're just dividing their powers. Or maybe not. I'm not in developing team, but for me it's just dividing of the powers between making full-fledged Gran Turismo, which people are actually asking to have on the launch of PlayStation 4. They don't get it. They don't get even let's say, some port. And I'm pretty sure, yes, if Polyphony release port of Gran Turismo 6 on PlayStation 4, let's say half year after releasing Gran Turismo 6 for PlayStation 3, they would be pissed off. There would be lots of talking about ripping money and milking people and blah blah blah. Yes, and it would be probably legit, but from other side, improvement, at least slight improvement in the graphic quality and frame rate and quality of the connection, that would please a lot of people. And we got a lot of hours to play. I would probably buy it, even if I have Gran Turismo 6 for PlayStation 3. I would go and buy it, because it's such a good game. Yes, it's still same Gran Turismo like always. Okay, come on, Gran Turismo. Yeah, what do you want? Anyway, so instead of Gran Turismo 6 for new generation system or making proper Gran Turismo 7 for next gen, PlayStation 4 is on the market for almost 3 years. No, it's actually 3 years and something, and we still don't have proper Gran Turismo. That's not good. That's not good. I'm not happy, and lots of people with me, and I feeling like this brand, this IP, losing their strength. It's a still big name, and it would be if they don't mess up this next upcoming Gran Turismo. But oh my god, I just have this bad feeling like whenever they release another Gran Turismo, regardless if it's now or 10 years later, they don't sell so much. The biggest selling numbers was Gran Turismo 4 for PlayStation 2. Yes, the system was already on the market for a few years, and that makes big numbers on its own. That's understandable. Let's say right now PlayStation 4 have pretty much same numbers like PlayStation 2 on its own time, and if they release proper Gran Turismo they can get same or at least similar numbers. But come on, if we must wait another years, just people are tired. People are tired, and they go searching for new IP, for other games. They give them what Gran Turismo cannot, because it's just simply not on the market. It's not our fault. We are patient enough. Just Polyphony don't know how to do their job quickly. That's why Forza basically winning this prize of the gamers. Even if, to be honest, Forza don't sell as much as Gran Turismo. But hey, I'm not in the development team. I don't know if they have some problems. Maybe it's because they are such perfectionists, or they just don't care. We'll see. So, let's finish this round, and we can finish this gameplay and my thoughts about Gran Turismo Sport upcoming. We still don't know where or when or if. Yep, that's it. Okay, exit. By the way, I really like this this track. It's very simple. It's clearly made for 40 plus kilometers. It's clearly made for NASCAR, and I'm horrible in NASCAR. I apologize for Americans who watch this this video, and I must apologize, but I'm so bad. I think it's not fun to even watch it. It's difficult to drive NASCAR cars, but oh my god. No, thank you. But yes, otherwise it's a really nice track. I mean the layout, it's very simple, and you can clearly say this is just running around, turn the left. With supercars, it can be fairly difficult. So, qualifying time 45:20. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is my thoughts about Gran Turismo Sport, upcoming games, and beta of Gran Turismo Sport. I hope I entertained you enough and it was funny enough. I definitely enjoyed this. So, sign off. Have a nice day. Bye.